Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good people of the tube. But today, hope you're feeling grand, and Osman, your world. Hello, everybody. Today, everybody, we are going to be looking at fixing up this Ibanez Gio. This is my friend Liam's guitar. He just recently bought this from Cash Converters, and it's not in a very good state. Strings are tetanus, basically. They're rusty, they're horrific. You wouldn't want to play these strings ever. The saddles are they're a bit grimy and gunky. The guitar, it's just filthy. The fretboard's as dry as a bone. The frets are rusty. The neck is straight, which is a good thing. But yes, it needs a bit of work. So basically, what I thought I'd do is I'd kind of document what I'm going to do to it. And then once it's all up and running, we'll plug it in and have some fun with it and see what kind of noises it makes. So it's just an Ibanez Gio, but Ibanez Gios are wicked. I wish I still had mine. I miss mine horrifically. It's a hardtail, which is really cool because for different tune, drop tuners and all that kind of thing. We got two kind of EMG style Ibanez pickups. So they look like EMGs, but they're not. They're just Ibanez's kind of own brand. Master volume, master tone, three-way selector. It's like a wizard kind of neck. It's a very kind of it's a fast neck. Super big frets, but super low frets. 24 fret guitar, reverse headstock, and it's white, which is very nice. Okay, so it does need a bit of work. So the first thing I'm going to do, because my main worry on this guitar is not the fretboard or the frets or the electrics. My main worry on this guitar is the saddles down here because they're really rusty and they look really corroded, and that bothers me because I'm worried they might not adjust and they're seized, or they'll adjust but the screws will be brittle and they might break. So what I'm going to do before I go and get something to eat, and I'm going to put some oil inside. Well, I'm going to put some oil on the Grub screws, on all of them, and I'm also going to put some oil on the adjustment screws on the back for intonation and stuff like that. And I'm just going to let it soak down and in before I do anything else, because it really bothers me, that does, and It's not a massive issue. If the saddles need replacing and the screws need replacing, that's not a big issue at all. But it would be nice to be able to kind of salvage the originals, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, I'm just going to put just a drop in each hole, grub screw hole. Just let it work its way down. I'm going to do the same thing on the adjustment screws as well, on the outside and in. Just let it sink in, basically. So hopefully, when I come back to it in about half hour, that'll have worked its way down and in, and hopefully it'll be easier to we'll try adjusting them then. So so we'll figure that out first before we do anything, because that is my main worry. Because I say the neck's not a worry. The neck is dry and the frets are rusty. But that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. They just need basically just like cleaning up and polishing. Basically, they just need polishing, which is I enjoy fret polishing. I don't know. I just really enjoy it. Anyway, so we'll let that oil sink in for a bit, and then we'll be back. We'll check. We'll make sure they all adjust, and then we'll get the strings off and go from there. Basically. So yeah. On the way. Okay, so it's been a good 10 minutes or so. Most of the oil seems to have sunk in. So we're going to try and adjust these. We're going to try and adjust the grub screws first and see how they go. Yeah. Oh, that one's... I don't know. We've got a problem here. No, they're moving. Yay! Oh god, they are very, they're very corroded. but they move, so that's good. That's a good thing. Okay, so let's just try them all. So below E moves. That was the one I was worried about the most. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do when I get the strings off is I'm going to remove the grub screw. Well, I'm going to remove everything off this tailpiece and clean it because it's absolutely grotty as anything. Just going to make sure all these do something at least. Yep. These are better. Yeah. The D and the G, I'm guessing the B and the E move and feel like they should feel. Yeah, that feels fine. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. And last one. Cool. Okay. So yeah. So I'll keep that. I'll keep that. So let's try the adjustment screws on the back then. This will be you. Yeah, I don't know about this. They're full of gunk. They're absolutely full of horribleness. Oh no, they move. They're good. Oh yeah, perfect. Hooray, joy. Okay, so problem solved. So what I'm going to do now is going to get these strings off because, like I say, they are tetanus in string form. Horrible. I almost don't even want to touch them. Yeah. You never want to cut strings off in tension because it can shock the neck, and in rare cases it can damage the truss rod, but it can shock the neck, and you don't want to do that. So always slacken strings off before you cut them. Oh, I'm glad they are not knotted on. Oh, that could have been a bad thing. There's enough windings on here to hang a highwayman. Let's get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Okay. I'm always edgy about these ones. Because they're just so gross. Oh, yeah. Yeah, really are disgusting, these strings. Absolutely disgusting. Oh no, it didn't stab me, did it? Good. Going to the hospital and getting a tetanus jab. Okay, gone. Get them out of the body. Okay, the ball ends are actually rusty. Brilliant. And corroded. Oh, not very nice. Very ugly. Okay. Be gone, evil one. Okay, so yeah, let's just dismantle this. Let's get the saddles off because I want to get the grub screws out all the way, and I want to just kind of like I want them out all the way. I want to put them in. I want to oil them and then put them back in because they're so corroded on the bottom. It bothers me. It really bothers me. So I'm going to take the saddles off, take the grub screws out, take the adjustment screws out, get oil them, clean the base plate, and then they basically just reassemble. So let's use the flathead because it'd be easier. Okay. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I've got all the saddles off. This definitely needed to happen. I would give you a close-up, but unfortunately the zoom camera doesn't do a close-up. But what I'll try and do is I'll get it as I don't know how well you'll be able to see it because it's blurred, but you can see the screws are white. They shouldn't be white because it's black. Because they should be black like the saddle, but they're white because it's corroded. There's all a lot of basically horrible rust, and also on the side. Hopefully you can kind of see. So I'm going to clean these up because they're an absolute mess and it's gross. It really is gross, and the base plate is just disgusting. It's just just years of gunk and grime and horribleness and unspeakableness of God knows what on there. So yeah, let me get something decent. So I'm just going to clean this up, clean these up, and then we'll reassemble that, and then we'll move on to the neck. So yeah, so I'm just going to clean all these up. Yeah, nothing simple, nothing kind of like over complicated or anything simple, anything complex. I'm just going to just just go over them with, like, you know, to get all this corrosion off. And also I'm going to need to remove all these grub screws. Because I just don't trust them. I just don't trust them. Especially not this low E one. It really... Oh, it really don't want to shift. There we go. Okay, so this low E saddle is definitely the worst. I'm certainly glad I put oil down there, because this would have been... I think if I hadn't put the oil down, I think we'd have had major issues. But luckily we're okay. So yeah, so I'm going to do this over each individual saddle. Oh, they're so stuck in there. But this is for its own good. And it definitely needs doing. The guitar is in a bit of a state. It really is. I mean, the frets are so rusty and they're really tarnished. Like, really, really tarnished. Like, it's not a good look at all. It's so rough. Shouldn't really... If this was left any longer, these saddles would be knackered. I'm convinced of it. Yeah, if this was to be another year without anything like this, these saddles would have to be replaced. I mean, they're hanging on there by a thread at this point in time, but they're not in a very good way. And again, I highly doubt you'll be able to see, but if I get it in the light, maybe you might be able to see some of the like corrosion rust on it, and it's not good, man. Yeah, not good at all. So I also want to get these screws out for the pickups as well. I want to look in the cavities, because there's just so much rust on this thing, which I just want to get rid of. So yeah. Without further ado, let me clean all these up. I'll be back. I will be back. Okie dokie, guitar is spotless now, as much as it can be, anyway. So we have saddle sorted, bridge plate all clean. I've cleaned the volume knobs. I've service-soled the selector switch from the top. Need to get into a back cavity, do it in there. Clean the headstock, check the machine heads. Don't need to alter the truss rod at this point in time until I get strings on it, because all is well. Yeah, it's cleaned up really well. I'm really happy. So the next thing to do now is to sort these frets out. I don't think you'll be able to see this, but if I don't know, let's see. I do apologise if there's some rattly noises, but I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, because I say the zoom cam doesn't like to zoom in. But I don't know. Hopefully you'll be able to see there. You can kind of see they're all nasty, oxidized horribleness. They're rough and ragged, and they're just not very pretty. And the fretboard is as dry as a bone as well. So, just bear with me a sec, everybody. So, come here. So, we're going to condition the fretboard. We're going to clean the fretboard first. Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to polish the frets up, because... well, that just needs doing first. So I'm going to polish the frets up first using one of my newest little acquisitions, which is these. Hang on a minute. Where's the other one? I'm over in here somewhere. Come on. Okay, so here we go, everybody. Crimson Guitars, fretboard, fret rubbers, and these things are insanely good at polishing up frets. So you've got a coarse one, a medium one, fine, and super fine. And I'm going to go through them all, basically. So I'm going to start off with the coarse, just to see what it does. I'm just going to start in, to see what happens. Okay. Okay, this is okay, this is going to require a lot more than I thought. But, yes, mate. Thank you very much indeed. I love the Crimson Guitar stuff. I'm going to be using their fretboard cleaner and fretboard conditioner as well in a bit. Okay, this is incredible. What a difference Okay, so I'm not going to mask a fretboard off because these don't hurt the fretboard. There is no point. But hang on a minute. Let me do. So that's coarse. If I go over it now, just work down the line. Do a medium one. I don't think the frets will need leveling. Guitar doesn't look like it's been played a great deal at all. There's not any pits in the frets or anything like that. They seem to be pretty good. So hopefully the frets won't need leveling, but we'll find that out when we get it strung up. Oh, and also I need to check the straightness of the neck as well. So I'm just doing this one really quick. This is so gratifying. I don't know why I enjoy this so much, but it is really pleasant to see. So, okay, so let's just okay, so come hither. Okay, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but here is a fret I haven't touched, and here's a fret I've just polished up. So again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but hopefully you can kind of see what's going on there. This is smoother, nicer, shinier. This is not cool at all. So, yeah. So, thank you, Crimson Guitars. These rule the day, as do they over there. And, yeah, so I've got a lot of work to do. So, I'll see you when all this is done. Okie dokie, people of the tube. We are done with the fret polishing. And, yeah, there's not much wear on these things at all. So, hopefully, I shouldn't need to have to level the frets in any way, shape or form, but we will find out in but a moment. But they look very, very nice. Hopefully you can see. I'm sorry it blurs when I get really close, but I just kind of want you to see, in comparison to what they were, look very, very nice now. So I'm happy with that. So it is fretboard conditioning and cleaning time. Okie dokie. So just clean the fretboard and no dirt came off really at all, as you can see. So it wasn't really great. It hasn't been played a lot, this guitar. It's been sat a lot, basically. It's exactly what, you can kind of tell. But I mean, it has been played. The frets are a little bit pitted, but nothing major. But yeah, there wasn't a great deal of dirt on the fretboard, which means either it was really well looked after, which kind of defies that, but it's very possible, or what, I don't know. But it wasn't very dirty. The fretboard wasn't very dirty, which is nice because I don't like cleaning off dead skin. It's pretty gross. But we have the fretboard conditioner on there at this point in time. We need to let that soak in, just let it do its job. So in the meantime, it's cup of tea time. You join us today at the World Throw the Tea Bag in the Mug from a Distance World Championship. First up is Mr. Dave Simpson of the United Kingdom. Silence, please. That's a bad miss. He's going for attempt 2. Okay, silence, please. He needs full concentration. Do not disrupt the flow. At this point in time, he's thinking teabag, mug, teabag, mug, teabag into mug perfectly. Can he do it? Oh, he didn't quite compensate for the wind there, I don't think. Anyway, he's going to try again. This is his last attempt. So he's going to try. Again, concentration must be paramount at this point in time. This is very important. And he's failed. He's quickly going for a 4th shot. Oh no, he's totally lost it this time, and it falls on the floor. Oh, and he's going for a 5th. And it's rubbish. And he's gonna slam dunk it. Yeah! Yes. Okie dokie, so hope you enjoyed the teabag flinging competition. Wasn't on form today. Wasn't on form today at all. Need more practice at that. Sorry everyone, I'm eating chocolate brownie as well. Okay, so There's not many better combinations in the world, actually, than chocolate brownie and cup of tea. There really isn't. Okay, so I want to check while this stuff is still sinking in, it's near enough done, to be honest with you. I want to just check the fret, the neck, see how level it is, because I'm curioso. Okay. Pretty negligible, to be honest. There is a slight bit of relief, but no, that's spot on. That's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Perfectly straight, bob on. So I don't have to worry about that. So let's clean off this this fretboard conditioner. Fretboard looks so much happier. This stuff, Crimson Guitars Fretboard Restorative, I cannot recommend it enough. I really, really, really cannot. It's magical. It's absolutely magical, I swear to you. The amount of guitar necks that it has brought back to life, unreal. Absolutely unreal. I need to order some more, actually, because I've nearly run out. But yeah, so there we go. That is a fretboard. Awesome. That is absolutely bob on. I'm really, really, really chuffed with that. Those frets are nice. They're shiny. They're smooth as anything. Fretboard's nice and smooth now. Because the thing that happens is when you get a really rough... When your fretboard dries out, it gets really rough. Like the wood, it just kind of like it's kind of the grain raises, but not in a very nice way. And as a result, when you're playing and your frets are low, you can kind of feel it, and it kind of hinders your fingers, and it feels horrible, to be honest. And it looks bad as well, and also it can lead to all sorts of issues. If you're a guitar who needs refretting, if you've got a dry fretboard and your guitar needs refretting, when you pull the frets out, it could totally rip out the wood. So always condition your fretboards. It's really important. Really, really important. Okay, so don't have to adjust truss rod, which is happy days. That neck is perfectly straight. So yeah. So where are we? What else have we got to do? So we cleaned it. We've sorted out the bridge and the saddles, Grub screws, adjustment screws. They're all good. It obviously need intonating. We've polished the fretboard, polished the frets, cleaned the fretboard, cleaned all the dials and stuff. I need to service all inside the cavity, which I will do now. Actually, let's do that now. So let's have a look in here as well. Oh, wrong screwdriver. Okay, so I don't know I highly doubt if anybody's ever been inside here on this guitar. But I'm really looking forward to playing this. I really am. Like I say, I really miss my Ibanez Gio. I had to sell it, and when I remember selling it, it was a real kind of like, you know, oh, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do this kind of thing. But I needed the money at the time. I had no choice. It was just one of those things. And I just remember, like, the guy who came and bought it. Yeah, that's perfect. No one's ever been in there. Service all. I remember the guy who came and bought my Ibanez Gio. He came to the door and I said, "Oh, do you play?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "Oh, you're going to be gigging this guitar then?" I said, "It's a great guitar. It sounds amazing." And he said to me words that will forever haunt me, which is, I do apologise for my phone. He says, "No, I'm not going to gig it. This guitar's just going to be bashed about at home." Basically, he was just going to beat on the guitar. And I immediately just kind of like felt my heart drop, because I couldn't cope with the feeling of somebody abusing that guitar, because it was such a lovely guitar and I had such a strong connection with it, and I was like, no. And by this point it was already in his hand, and I remember walking into my front room and seeing him walk down the front path of my house, and walk and just literally put it in his car and drive off, thinking that guitar's going to end up broken. It's going to end up smashed to pieces, or something's going to happen to it. I don't really know what, and I just remember my heart broke slightly at that point because it was such a great guitar, that Gio was, and I miss it a lot. And it was so good, and it doesn't deserve to be it didn't deserve to be a beta guitar. No guitar deserves to be a beta guitar unless it's absolutely rubbish. In which case, it's not a guitar. It doesn't want to be a guitar. Because been there, played them. I've played plenty of guitars that don't want to be guitars. They want to be something else. I'm sure we've all been there at some point. Okay, so is there anything else to do? So saddles all work. Need to intonate it when I get it strung up. Service old. Let's work that. Oh yeah, mega. Work that service all in. Oh, that's better. So much better. Oh, I missed a groove. These pots have got these knob covers have got kind of grooves in them, grip grooves, and I've cleaned them all out, but I missed one. That's clever. So there we go. Okay, so they're perfect. That's bob on. Headstock's done, machine head's done, fretboard's done, frets are done. Pickups are all. I'll have to adjust them when we get it all strung up, but we can probably guesstimate them at this point in time. Being kind of thingy. Let's just pull them at the same height for the time being. Okay, so is there anything else I need to do before? How's the nut? The nut's fine. The nut's not dirty. So fretboard's done, frets are done, bridge done, pickups, electrics, machine heads. The whole guitar's clean as a whistle. Yeah, strings. Get the strings, man. So we're using Ernie Ball 10 to 46s, and yeah. So let's get stringing, baby. Baby. Just for the record. This guitar's got a reverse headstock, so EADGBE instead of the other way around. I hate reverse headstocks. I hate them. They are not for me. It's the one thing that bugs me about certain guitars. I don't like upside down machine heads. I like things in a line on top. My personal preference. But yeah, so anyway. Stringing time! Although I do feel they do sound different. Because you've obviously got longer string pull on the low E. Which I think does make a little, no, not a massive difference in sound. I wouldn't go out there and go, oh yeah, it's massively different. But there is definitely something. There is. Okay. So I'm using the over and under stringing technique, where you the first wrap is over the top of the string, and then the other wrap is below. I find that really works. I love that. I love that stringing technique. Okay, so A string. Should have timed this, shouldn't I? We could have we've had the teabag throwing Olympics today. We could have how fast can he restring an Ibanez with a reverse headstock. Bit late for that now. Maybe another time. Maybe we'll do a video one time and we'll just see how fast I can restring a guitar. What do you say, people of YouTube? Anyway, I'll be back in a moo when I've got all the strings on. And then it'll be time to tune and intonate. Okie dokie, so strings are on. We are not in tune, but we are in a tune of some kind. I'm just getting the string height where they're, just getting it set up right, basically, just so it's when I do the intonation and there's no. Oh, I'm just checking this, making sure the string height's right first. Sorry, my brain's not there today, everybody. My mind isn't my friend today, so I am struggling, but this is helping. Okay, so that's about bob on there. So let's retune. It breathes, it breathes, it breathes, everybody. Okay, so strings are bob on. Not too high, not too low. Should be a very, very playable action, that. A bit of a rattle there on the 12th. Rest are fine. Okay, so there's a few minor spots, but they still make a noise, so all should be well. It shouldn't be too bad. Plus, this is not in a playing position. The guitar's laid down. This is not the final setup or play up. You always want to do final setup for guitars in a playing position. I'm just getting it in the ballpark, basically. And then I can do the intonation in the playing position and get it all right there. So, we are ready to go. So, string height is really good. It's a proper Ibanez neck. It's a real D-shaped neck, really flat on the back. It'll be really fast. I bet any money it's a really fast guitar. Plus we've got 24 frets to play with, so that'll be interesting. I'm getting very Jim Root, Mick Thompson, Slipknot vibes with this guitar. You know, definitely. More Jim Root though because of the black and white. Looks like his signature Strat, Telly, and a Jazzmaster. But I can guarantee I probably won't end up playing in that style. But you never know. You never know. We will see what happens. But yeah, so we're strung up. So intonation time. So intonation in the playing position. There is no point doing intonation like that. It'll warp it basically. It won't work. So. My God. Okay, the action's got to come up a bit higher because that high is not a happy bunny. Oh, hang on a minute. That might be the reason why. Cool. Okay, problem solved. Okay, so below that. That is ridiculously easy to play. That is so easy to play. Okay, so intonation time, everybody. I've kind of guesstimated it, but I'm going to guarantee it probably won't be anywhere near. No. Not far off. It's kind of in the ballpark, but not quite. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Minute adjustment. Okay. That might be a bit too far on the low E. Not quite there actually. It needs to come back a bit more. Okay. That is really close. This is the part of setting up a guitar that I really don't enjoy. Intonation. But once it's in, so you don't have to worry about it from that point on. Oh, we're close. We're super, super close. I'm going to bring up the string a little bit because it seems to be a bit clanky. Don't feel quite. Feels like it's too low and it's not singing enough. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's close enough. Okay, so I'll get the other ones kind of in the ballpark, and then we'll go and plug it in. And I think I'm going to have to run this through the orange, just because it reminds me of Jim Root. And so we're going to go to the CR120, I think, with this one. So, yeah, keep going the intonation and make sure all the strings are settled. Then once we're through there, we'll plug it in. We'll do the pickup heights when we get it through an amp. And then we'll just jam the night away, so to say. So, yeah, see you in a sec. Okay, everybody. So, I've done the final setup on this thing. The intonation is in. It plays like an absolute dream. So the last thing to do is get these pickups to the right height. So, what I normally do to get the pickups to the right height is normally just kind of go as clean as possible. No reverb, no effects, just like super, super clean. So that's just the CR120. There's nothing going on pedal-wise. There's no effects on or anything like that. So I'm going to bring that bridge pickup up a little bit. Not a great deal. I'm also going to keep it flat as well. I'm not going to angle these pickups because they're kind of late century EMG-esque kind of pickups. My brain always tells me they sound better flat. They're not like humbuckers where you like with pole pieces or Strat single coils or Telecasters, where if you angle them you get a bit more out of them. I always find that these kind of pickups just, you know, they're okay. They seem to be better. More EQ flat, if that makes any sense. So, okay, so the next two quiet. I kind of want the neck a little bit quieter than the bridge. Again, this is just personal preference. I mean, my friend can alter these pickups to however he wants to do it, but this is how I'm going to do it for now. But I always find with two pickup guitars, like Les Pauls or Telecasters, that if you have the bridge pickup higher than the neck pickup, when you go into the middle, when you have both pickups on, you get more of a quack. You know, I always find that if you have the neck pickup too high, that quack isn't there. It kind of doesn't cancel it out. That was the wrong word. But it just kind of, it doesn't make it, it's not as quacky and middly, if that makes any sense. So that's about right. That's bob on, that's perfect. So just make sure that I'm happy with the way that looks. Yeah, bob on. Cool, so there we go, everybody. So yeah, this is a really nice guitar. I'm trying to see if there's any. It looks like a two-piece body, but I don't know if that's proper on. I don't know if it will be or not. Anyway, Yeah, so all clean as a whistle, everything functions, everything does it. Those pickups actually sound really nice. That middle section with both pickups on is really, really nice actually. That's really, really cool. Anyway, so yeah, restrung, got the Ernie Ball 10-2 46s on it. Pickups adjusted, intonation done, grub screws fixed, adjustment screws fixed, everything cleaned, frets polished up, fretboard cleaned as best I could. Unfortunately, there was some finger gunk on there which I can't get off. It's like that on my old Hofner very well, my cousin's old Hofner very thin. There's just so much finger gunk on that thing it's like become part of the neck. You can't get it off, and unfortunately, there's little sections on this guitar where it's kind of clinging on there for dear life. Well, not for dear life. It's just part of the neck. You can't really see it though. It's not horrific. But I'm really happy with the way this guitar's come out, and hopefully my friend will like it. And yeah, I can't believe how those frets have come up a lot better than I thought they would as well, and they feel really nice. They feel really smooth. The action on this thing is super nice guitar to play. It's almost too easy. That's the thing I've always found with Ibanez guitars. And that was the thing I really liked about my Gio when I had my Gio was they are just almost too easy to play sometimes. It's almost like you don't have to try, which is nice. I don't know. I got past the stage of wanting the guitar to fight me a couple of years, about two something years ago. And I was like, I just want the guitar to do what I want it to do. I don't want to have to fight it in any way. And I always find Ibanez's do that. Ibanez is just kind of like, they never fight you. They just go with you no matter what you want. So that's cool. So I'm just going to get rid of that screwdriver. Otherwise I might, get carried away and fall on it and stab myself in the rear end, which wouldn't be fun at all. So, yeah, let's see what this thing can do, shall we? So, yeah, let's make some noise. I'm looking forward to this. Okie dokie, people of tube, there we go. This guitar took me to a place that was very, very needed right now. I'm having brain issues again, and it's very, very tiring, very tiresome, to say the least. But yeah, this guitar helped. Well, guitar always helps. There are a few bits I need to look at. There's a few little spots on the fretboard that I'm going to have to look at and see. I'm going to have to check the neck alignment again. Nothing major over this guitar, plays and sounds incredibly. Having 24 frets is really cool. I like to be able to get those really singy, screamy high notes. It really appeals to me. I like that. Personally, it's neither here nor there. Those extra 3 frets, I could take it or leave it, but it is nice to have it every now and again. But this guitar is wicked. I'm happy to be able to kind of like bring it back to life because it was such a wreck. It was such a wreck when me and my friend went to get this today, and I initially got it home. I was like, this is going to take a bit of work, and it has, but it's been worth every second of it, and I'll be very happy to give this back to my friend, and hopefully he'll enjoy it and get a lot of joy out of it. Sounds amazing, plays amazing, looks really cool as well. I mean, I don't know, there is something very cool about a white Ibanez with black hardware. Super cool. I like the black headstock as well. Although, if I'm being picky, I'd throw the white headstock with a black Ibanez logo, but that's me being picky. Stop being picky, Dave. Yeah, absolutely amazing. The neck is to die for. These Ibanez necks are really comfy. They're not something I would play a lot of, but they are nice every now and again. You know what I mean? They're really fast necks and really comfy. The only issue I have with them is sometimes the fret edges aren't rolled enough for my tastes. This one isn't bad, but yeah, great guitar. Great guitar. Nothing wrong with this thing at all now. There are a few bits and pieces that I want to look at quick. I want to check the neck alignment, but string action is held, pickup height is held, tuning pretty much bob on. It was slightly out of tune towards the end, but that's okay. I was giving it kind of like a lot of shtick, if you will. So yeah, all is well in Ibanez land. So really cool guitar. Really cool guitar. It's had some abuse, this thing. It hasn't had an easy life, the poor thing. But yeah. It's back. It's back, and it sings, and it sings, it screams, and it emotes, which is what a good guitar does, and this is a good guitar. Really is a good guitar. So yeah, anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed this vid, and I will see you again on Wednesday for Q&A. A&Q. Always get it right. I will get it right one day. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the vid, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the noises this thing made. It was very mellow, but again, that's how I kind of feel at this point in time. I'm not in the best mind frame, sadly. Wish I could say otherwise, but I can't because I'm not there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vid, everybody, and see you on Wednesday for another one. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and goodbye now. Thank you very much for watching.